Before he launched rockets, before he revolutionized cars, before the memes, the billions, and the chaos, he was just a quiet kid in South Africa. Bullied, broke, and obsessed with space. But from dusty boiler rooms to Wall Street boardrooms, Elon Musk didn't just chase the future, he built it. This is the untold journey of the man behind Tesla. The triumphs, the failures, the madness, and the mission to save humanity. One electric spark at a time. Before Elon Musk became the name behind Tesla rockets and tweets that move the stock market, he was just a quiet boy growing up thousands of miles from Silicon Valley in Pretoria, South Africa. But this wasn't your typical childhood. While other 1 minute kids were out riding bikes, Elon was buried in books reading entire encyclopedias for fun. His imagination wasn't grounded on Earth. He dreamed of space, electric worlds, and technologies no one believed were possible. The world around him didn't get him. Not his classmates, not even many adults. He was bullied, beaten, and often left alone with his thoughts. But that silence sparked something powerful. At just 12 years old, Elon sold his first computer game. A space-themed game called Blaster, proving he had both brains and hustle still. Pretoria was too small for his dreams. He needed to escape. And when he got the chance to leave South Africa at 17, he took it without looking back. Canada was the first stop. Harsh winters, odd jobs, and sleeping on a 2 minutes cousin's couch. Then came the US, where everything changed. Elon didn't look like the guy who would one day take on the auto industry and win. He was awkward, intense, and endlessly curious. But under that quiet exterior was a fire. The kind that doesn't just want to succeed, but to change the world entirely. And that mission was already forming long before Tesla was even an idea. This is where it all begins. Not in a lab or boardroom, but in the mind of a lonely kid in South Africa who believed that the future could be built if someone was crazy enough to try. And Elon Musk, he was more than ready to try up next. How he risked everything on his first company and made millions in the middle of the internet. Gold rush. 3 minutes. Elon Musk didn't just board a plane to North America. He was escaping a father. He barely spoke to escaping a country weighed down by apartheid and narrow paths. At 17, he landed in Canada with a backpack, a cousin's number, and a belief that the future had to be better. It wasn't glamorous. He worked odd jobs, shoveling dirt, scrubbing boiler rooms, and cutting logs in the brutal cold. But each job was a step, every step, a climb from Queen's University to the University of Pennsylvania. Elon studied not just to pass. He studied to understand the world. Physics taught him how things worked. Economics taught him how people move them. His dorm room was filled with books, ideas, and sleepless nights. But he wasn't dreaming about Wall Street. 4 minutes. He was dreaming about Mars, about renewable energy, about cars that didn't drink gasoline. He wanted to build things that mattered. Then came a fork in the road. Stanford, a PhD in energy physics, but 2 days in Elon dropped out. Why? The internet had just exploded, and he saw it as a once-in-a-lifetime wave, while others were still logging on with dial-up. Elon saw something far more powerful, not just a new tech, but a new civilization. That decision would change his life because the next thing Elon would build would make him his first millions and his first enemies. No office, no money, no bed, just a vision and a keyboard. 5 minutes. That was the beginning of Zip2, a startup Elon co-founded with his brother Kimball in 1995. They worked out of a tiny office in Palo Alto, sleeping on beanbags, showering at the YMCA. Elon didn't party, he didn't network. He coded obsessively. Zip2 was like a digital city guide, part map, part directory. Before Google Maps or Yelp even existed. Soon venture capital came knocking, but with money came control. Elon, still in his 20s, was seen as too intense to run the company. So they replaced him as CEO. It hurt deep, but Elon stayed focused. When Compaq bought Zip2 in 1999, Elon walked away with $22 million. Not bad for a kid who wants clean boilers to survive. Now with money in 6 minutes, the bank. Elon didn't buy a yacht. He didn't disappear. He launched X.com, an online bank that would shake the foundations of finance. It was fast, risky, and ahead of its time. But like before, friction followed. X.com merged with a rival company, Infinity, and that merger became PayPal. Elon clashed with his team, especially over product decisions. While he was away on vacation, they voted him out again. Another blow, another betrayal. But when eBay bought PayPal in 2002 for $1.5 billion, Elon's share was nearly $180 million. It wasn't just money, it was fuel. He could have quit, but Elon wasn't interested in comfort. He was about to risk it all on something crazy. Space. 7 minutes. Most people buy houses or yachts after making millions. Elon Musk, he started building rockets. He had no aerospace background, no government support, just a wild belief. If humans don't become a spacefaring species, we're doomed. Everyone laughed. NASA ignored him. Experts mocked him, but Elon didn't flinch. In 2002, he founded SpaceX. He hired young engineers, most with no real rocket experience, and told them, "We're going to Mars." The team worked out of a scrappy warehouse in El Segundo, where failure was constant and money evaporated fast. The Falcon 1 rocket failed, then failed again and again. Each launch exploded dreams and budgets. 8 minutes. Critics said it was proof that Elon was just a rich guy playing astronaut. But he wasn't playing. He was fighting to prove that private companies could do what governments couldn't. He poured in more of his own money, slept on the factory floor, pushed harder, faster. He wasn't just battling gravity, he was battling disbelief. At the same time, he made 2 more bets. He invested heavily in Tesla Motors and helped start Solar City, a solar energy company run by his cousins. 3 companies, 1 man, 1 fortune, all on the line. Most called it madness. Elon called it destiny. Didn't start with Elon Musk, but it wouldn't survive without him. When engineers Martin Eberhard and Mark Tering, 9 minutes, pitched their electric car startup in 2004, Elon was intrigued. He'd always believed that sustainable transport was key to saving the planet. He invested $6.5 million and became chairman, but Elon never stays on the sidelines. The first car, the Roadster, was supposed to be revolutionary, an electric sports car that didn't compromise on speed or style, but building it was a nightmare. The team hit wall after wall. Technical issues, delays, cost overruns. What was supposed to take a year took 4, and the price tag ballooned to $140,000. Elon wasn't just funding Tesla, he was now micromanaging it. Tensions grew. He clashed with Eberhard. Emails, flew meetings turned hostile. Eventually Eberhard was pushed out. 10 minutes, lawsuits followed. Elon took control, not just of the boardroom but of the story. From that point on, Elon Musk was Tesla, but with the world heading toward recession, Tesla's future looked dim. In 2008, the company was nearly bankrupt. Musk had one last shot to save it, and even that wasn't guaranteed. 2008 was the year Elon Musk stared into the abyss. Tesla was weeks from collapse.